Hi Leo, Happy New Year, welcome to 2018. Thanks so much for being here. I'm doing a really casual intro for you guys instead of a specific astrological highlight for you. I just, with all the holidays and everything, I thought this would just be a little bit more fun, I guess. You guys had an interesting reading this month, I'm not gonna lie. With this Saturn transit, okay, going into Capricorn, Uranus going direct. We have all the planets going direct now. I think Leo is going to start tightening up. And wherever there were loose ends and wherever there were things that weren't, really that important, things are going to start becoming much more important. And you are going to begin holding yourself to higher standards of output. And in the realm of love, in the realm of relationships, that means developing a relationship or finding or creating a relationship that is more high-minded, something that is more productive, something that's a little bit more more power-oriented. And I named the reading Power Couples, King of Cups. King of Cups comes in near the end, so be sure to watch the whole thing, because I think for the first time in a very, very long time, relationships are going to morph into something that is that ideal. And you're pushing yourself, Leo. And I think you're going to be harder on yourself than normal. Saturn, Capricorn, 6th house, house of Virgo. It's this essence of perfection. It's this essence of ensuring that you're doing everything right. And so that's going to carry over into almost all areas of your life. When you're thinking, I want to be more intelligent. So you read more, you learn more, you become more specialized, you become more valuable. And there's going to be this constant push behind you that's going to propel you into bigger and better things. And especially in your relationships. And it's going to be the types of relationships where you require and demand independence, but yet at the same time, you have that fallback, knowing that this person is your rock, knowing that this person is someone that you rely on and that you can love, but that you can still go and be your own it's about finding someone that lets you shine, because they need to shine in their own way as well, and they very much understand that. So a really good reading for you, but a little different than I think a lot of the other signs. So I hope you enjoy it. I hope you take something positive away from it. I wish you guys absolutely nothing but the best. Thank you so much, and I'll see you in February. Thanks. Hello, Leo. Welcome to January 2018. We're here. Been shuffling the cards, and we had Justice come out upright for you. So let's go ahead and just get started. Beautiful card to get. Look, this is all is well. A message that it's all going to be okay, or that it is all okay, or everything is just exactly as it should be. And I hope that you don't find that discouraging. If you find yourself in some frustrated circumstances or dealing with some issues in your life, it couldn't be any other way. That's what this card says. This is the ruler of the universe, right? This represents natural law. And natural law has to do with polarity and duality and, the law of rhythm. Law of rhythm has really been a thing for me over the past few months, because it's important for us to recognize the importance of tension in our life. It's kind of like, and I use this example in, I believe, the Gemini reading. I forget what kind of yoga it's called. I'm not like a real yoga person, but that restorative yoga where you go and you hold each pose for like 5 minutes, and if you can picture yourself doing a downward facing dog or sitting in child's pose for 5 minutes, and you feel that blockage of circulation, and then when you release yourself from that pose, you feel that rush of things just moving forward. Your blood starts flowing, your breathing starts, you can breathe in deeper, and everything just kind of, it's like that healing. And so that's why I'm saying it's important for those of you who are finding yourself in tense situations to appreciate that tension, because that's exactly what needs to happen in order for, things to flow better later on. Okay, and that there's reason and there's purpose behind that, and that it's not just for nothing. And those for you who don't have tension in your life and who do have good things, to really appreciate the healing qualities that come along with that. When relationships start going well, when connections start deepening, we find ourselves more in love, more connected with humanity, more with a sense of wanting to give back, more with a sense of wanting to learn and to understand and to tap into our higher wisdom, and all sorts of whatever area of your life, there's so many different areas where this can really be affecting you. And it's also wonderful. So Justice. Boom. There it is. This one wants to come out. Page of Pentacles. Love it. I love the pages, because they're the ones that kind of keep things moving forward. It's the communications between people. It's the new offers. It's the new things. And Page of Pentacles is always great because it's always a more tangible offer. It is someone coming into your life and giving you something or telling you something. Whether it is a work offer or a new opportunity to travel or whatever. But she is honest. Page of Pentacles is honest. Her intent is pure. It's non-invasive. It's not necessarily an interruption. It's a very soft page, or a very soft card, a very soft message. And the shift that can occur in your life when this Page of Pentacles comes in, or you get that text message, you get that Facebook message, you get that phone call, you bump into that person at the restaurant, whatever it is, it does change the course of your life in powerful ways, but it's kind of like the way a drop of water affects a flower. It's seemingly unnoticed at first, but eventually it does blossom and grow into something more beautiful and something more purposeful. Okay, so this is lovely. Wow. Okay. All the readings this month have been so great. I don't know. I haven't really given Aquarius and was tough, but I think for the most part, we're all just feeling just so over it. And there's been enough time now that we're distancing ourselves from all the stuff that we've been going through the past few years. The Five of Cups, and this is the stuff that's been going on for the past few years, or past year at least. This is not necessarily a card of sadness, depression, or whatever. But rather for me, I'm feeling that it lends itself more toward retraction. Okay? And that's fine. Because I think a lot of people are retracting this month. I think a lot of people are being like, I just gotta find my groove. I gotta get my hooks into something. And what do I want to get my hooks into? Well, I'm not sure. I don't see this particularly meaning that there's some heartbreak, or that there's something that you can't get over. Because I don't think that's true. I don't think you're clinging to the past. I really don't. I mean, some of you maybe, but for the most part, it's that melancholy approach to life. But there's being okay with that and not feeling sorry for yourself because that's how you feel. There are no apologies with this reading here. No apologies. Sorry, not sorry. Sorry, not sorry, I want to be alone tonight. Sorry, I'm not sorry. And you lean into that. melancholy state. I often see Saturn or Capricorn being a very melancholy sign, right? I know you're Leo, but with that Saturn transit, there could be that kind of adjustment period and us tapping into that more melancholy place, okay? And I think it's coming in the realm of perfecting yourself, right? Or getting yourself prepared enough in order to kind of feel that readiness for what comes next, you know? And the world reverse. Look, I think there's some dependency on this Page of Pentacles for you to find that way to really walk through that door. And what I just was talking about Saturn, and here we have a card of Saturn. You know, that rite of passage being earned. I think whatever this Page of Pentacles, it could be an earth sign, Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn coming into your life and making some kind of offering or offering some kind of advice or idea or even a romantic situation. But until they do, or until that really happens, there's not going to be a lot of action taking on your part. I think you're kind of in this place of just being happy right where you are because you're waiting to see what kind of unfolds in front of you. And you're not resisting the flow. And in fact, rather, you're leaning into it. And there is a sense of acceptance that what is happening is meant, you know, whatever is happening is meant to happen, I guess we could say. Again, justice. Your cards really aren't wanting to come out. It's interesting. I shuffled for quite a long time before we had that first one. Now we have the Hierophant, okay? Hierophant representing our structures and our systems, the way we live our life, our institutions, our marriages, our educational institutions, our family institutions, and upholding those, solidifying them, crystallizing those structures to a place that they are undeniable in your life. You know, I feel like what's happening with you right now, and all of the signs right now are kind of going through this withdrawn period. So everyone has their own thing in their own life that's like going to kind of take off or going to kind of, you know, get a jump start or a kick start. But aside from that one thing or that one area that needs that boost, everything else is still just kind of like moving along, or I'd rather say plunking along, just kind of da 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 da, and it's just, that's it. You know, so if you do feel withdrawn, then so be it. You are kind of putting yourself under the microscope, I think, right now. That's kind of what a lot of justice is. There is that examination, self-effacing criticism that could be going on for the sake of making everything better. You know, it's not like you're just being a negative Nancy. Like, no, that's not Leo's vibe at all. That's not what's going on. It's for the sake of making everything better. For the sake of, and you know, the Hierophant is, can often represent too like a mentor, all right? So just for some of you, it's not going to be for everyone. But I do think that some of you may be reaching out to someone who's maybe a little bit more experienced or a little bit more knowledgeable in this area of life that you're kind of, you know, working on. And that's going to prove to be quite valuable for you. So whether it's a counselor, a teacher, a professor, a colleague, it will be a good time for you to reach out to them. And this is a card of Taurus, right? So we have a card of Taurus and we have an earth sign here. So some of you really may be reaching out to a Taurus or another earth sign, and again, Saturn and Capricorn as well. So there's a lot of that practicality, getting things organized, getting things structured, getting things understood, wrapping your mind around things so that you can make progress accordingly. To me, I'm actually, now that I'm talking my way through it, it's like you're developing a foundation for yourself, for you to propel and to launch in the upcoming months. In probably for most of you, it's probably one specific endeavor. So for those of you related or interested in love and relationships, it's getting yourself to that place of solid ground. That place that I want to be the type of partner that can offer support. And like, because you being such a giving sign and a sign of radiation and a sign of just this constant flow of energy flowing outwards, you need to get to yourself to a place where you feel grounded, that you can do that. Because when you aren't able to give, then you also kind of aren't able to receive. Because I think there can be, for Leos, a sense of guilt when they only receive and do not give equally. And so here you are, this card of Libra, card of justice, there's a sense of balancing the scales or getting yourself to that equilibrium point so that that can flow in and out equally, whether it's in the form of service, whether it's in the form of love, whether it's in the form of money, whatever that flow or whatever the substance is that needs flowing, getting yourself to that equilibrium point. Okay? And Temperance reverse. So many major arcana coming out today for Gemini, Cancer, especially, and now you guys, Leo. Temperance, you know, heart and mind need to be aligned. Here we have two majors that are reversed. You know, again, also a painting. There is some objectivity here. And sometimes we do need to be objective in order to find that heart-mind alliance. For those things to come together, we need to set the ego aside and come to some form of truth within ourselves. And I don't see anything holding you back, guys. I see nothing holding you back from developing long-standing relationships, from falling in love, or from deepening the connections that are already in your life. No, nothing holding you back in your career. Nothing except just whatever hang-ups you have. And you may need to be careful, Leo, you specifically, because especially Leo ascendants, because those of you with Leo ascendants have Capricorn ruling that 6th house. And, well, 6th house is that house of perfection. You naturally rule the 5th house, which is the house of self-expression and creativity, and also dating. And so that just kind of flows freely. You feel free to express yourself. You feel free to be creative. But with that Saturn 6th house, you're like, ugh, I really need to make this perfect. It needs to be perfect before it goes out. I need to think before I speak. I need to make sure that painting is perfect before I sell it. I need to make sure my life is in perfect arrangement before I start dating, before I start inviting love into my life. And so it can kind of hold you back. That's going to be an adjustment that may take time over the next 3 year, this 2 to 3 year transit for us. It's okay, but I also don't want to see you putting your life plans on hold because you feel this coolness. It's kind of like simmering down that summer heat. It's like the first day of crispness in the air, Saturn going into Capricorn. You're feeling that crispiness. And so I need to make my life perfect. I need to make my home perfect. You know, just be lenient on yourself. All right, because it is going to be a little bit of a tough one for you guys. Every sign experiences this transit differently. For you, it's, I got to make my life perfect. And 2 of Pentacles and 7 of Pentacles. See, earth, 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 earth. Getting a lot of earth signs. Sometimes people think, Temperance is a Virgo card too. Can be sometimes. 7 of Pentacles, 2 of Pentacles. 7 of Pentacles is that pivot point where past structures, all right, the Hierophant, past structures, past ways of doing things no longer serve. You want more from what you're investing into. But you know that in order to get more, you have to give more. And so that's what you're doing. You are restructuring your life in order to put yourself in a position where you can give more so you can receive more. And 2 of Pentacles is finding that balance. Don't make your life so complicated. Don't take on too many things, because then you're not able to really focus, and then there cannot be perfection, right? This is not about multitasking. It's about doing a few things very well. You're not doing this jack of all trades type of thing. You're not going to overload yourself with responsibility. You're not going to, that's not in your best interest right now. It's about getting really, really good at certain things. And right now, I think you're kind of at that place of figuring that out, figuring out what that is, figuring out what those areas of specialization really need to be, okay? And that's fine, and you'll get there. Couple that wanted to come out, Ace of Pentacles and King of Cups. Beautiful. Ace of Pentacles almost going hand in hand with the Page of Pentacles. This is someone planting seeds, and that's kind of what it's like. It's like the universe investing in you. It's planting a seed in your life so that you can become abundant. Wealth, love, peace. Okay? And so whoever this is, whatever this is, don't brush it off. I think this is something that's very important. This is something that is going to put that pivot in place. 7 of Pentacles, that pivot point, right? It's going to put that pivot in place, and you're going to actually make that turn, that change of direction. So this is going to be important for you, because once this comes in, here's your Ace of Pentacles. Here's your opportunity. Here's that thing to nurture and to pay attention to, and to give, nourishment. It could be a new lover for many of you. This is not the most romantic reading, but because we have the King of Cups, it does lend itself to both your energy and potentially the energy of someone else. It could be emotional groundedness. I love a King of Cups in the upright position. All right, this is actually the card of Scorpio, but there is a watery quality to either yourself or to this person that you're dealing with or hoping to deal with, all right, or your significant other. And because it's the King of Cups, there is fierce loyalty. And they are as equal in giving as you. And I know that might be a little confusing, because we often think of the Scorpio quality, okay, as being manipulative and dark. But in love, and when you get a mature King of Cups, there is a foundation that is unfaltering, unwavering. It is constant. And as long as you provide that same loyalty, that exchange is so powerful. And this is someone that can help you find that grounding that you need or provide that foundation. This person is very happy with that concept of if you love something, set them free. Meaning not to be controlled, not to be contained. Because the minute that this person feels restricted and constrained in some way is the minute that they start acting erratic or manipulative, right? And so they understand your need for self-expression. They understand that you need support. And they also expect support in return. So this is like that perfect exchange of give and take that you seem to be looking for. Okay? In relationships, for many of you, you're going to find stability through your relationships so that other areas of your life can grow. For those of you who are looking for relationships, there's someone in your life, I believe, already, someone that you either have known for a while or who's been in your circle or who could be kind of resurfacing from the past, and really having something solid to offer. Very solid. And it might not be the most romantic. They might not express themselves well, but it's because their own fear of vulnerability. And I think you too, Leo, share that. You know, that fear of vulnerability with Cancer in the 12th house. You know, you have a potency about you, but there's also this on your terms, potency on your terms, and vulnerability on your terms type of thing, right? So very self-governed. And King of Wands, and here you are, Leo, 2 kings and the star. Beautiful. Oh my goodness. It's about wishes. It is about love. It is about gains. And the star, right? Interesting that we have the star, which is the water bearer, the card of Aquarius, the King of Cups with the water element here. So it's that perfect blend of fire and water, you know. And for you, again, look, you can even see the way I laid them out here, you know, because he came out after. You do have your own agendas. You do have your own directions in life, but you also have each other's backs at the same time. You know, so there's, I don't know why I'm feeling this like power couple. Like, is this the coupling that you've always wanted? Is this the coupling you've always needed? That power couple where there's a great deal of respect and admiration for each other, and where you provide healing for one another as well. And you do have this sort of high-mindedness about you together. And together, in a weird way, you can change the world. Is that what's going on? Together, you can change the world. You have each other's backs. You don't need each other, but you choose to be together. And it is that choice that makes you like this force that cannot be reckoned with. Like, wow, Leo, wow. All the readings this month have been so incredible, and I'm so excited to see the comments and to see what people have going on in their life, because it's just like I get chills just thinking about it. So yeah, anyway, okay, you guys, I'm going to leave you with that. Have an amazing month. Allow it to unfold the way it needs to unfold. I wish you guys absolutely nothing but the best. Thanks so much. Bye.